Hello students, today we will discuss about George Orwell, the writer of Animal Farm. He was born in 1903 and died in 1950. He was a novelist, essayist and critic, best known for his novels Animal Farm in 1984. He was a man of strong opinions who addressed some of the major political movements of his time including imperialism, fascism and communism. Orwell was born Eric Arthur Blair in Motihari, India on June 25, 1903. The son of a British civil servant, Orwell spent his first day in India where his father was stationed. His mother brought him and his old sister Marjorie to England about a year after his birth and settled in Hanley on Thames. His father stayed behind in India and rarely visited. Orwell didn't really know his father until he retired from the service in 1912, and even after that, the pair never formed a strong bond. He found his father to be dull and conservative. According to one biography, Orwell's first word was beastly. He was a sick child, often battling bronchitis and the flu. Orwell took up writing at an early age, reportedly composing his first poem around age 4. He later wrote, I had the lonely child's habit of making up stories and holding conversation with imaginary person. And I think from the very start my literary ambitions were mixed up with the feeling of being isolated and undervalued. One of his first literary success came at the age of 11 when he had a poem published in the local newspaper. Like many other boys in England, Orwell was sent to boarding school, where he got his first taste of England class system on a partial scholarship. Orwell noticed that the school treated the richer student better than the poorer ones. He wasn't popular with his peers and in books. He found comfort from his difficult situation. He read works by Rudyard Kipling and H.G. Wells, among other. Orwell won a scholarship to Wellington College and Eton College to continue his studies. After completing his schooling at Eton, Orwell found himself at a dead end. His family did not have the money to pay for a university education. Instead, he joined the Indian Imperial Police Force in 1922. After 5 years in Burma, Orwell resigned his post and returned to England. He was intent on making it as a writer. Orwell, after leaving the India Imperial Force, Orwell struggled to get his writing career off the ground and took all sorts of jobs to make ends meet, including being a dishwasher. Orwell's first major work explored his time after living in these two cities. The book, Down and Out in Paris and London, provided a brutal look at the lives of the working poor and of those living a transient existence, not wishing to embarrass his family. The author published the book under the pseudonym George Orwell. Burmese Days is another famous book. Orwell next explored his overseas experience in Burmese Days, which offered a dark look at British colonialism in Burma, then part of the country's Indian Empire. Orwell's interest in political matters grew rapidly after this novel was published. In December 1936, Orwell traveled to Spain, where he joined one of the groups fighting against General Francisco Franco in the Spanish Civil War. Orwell was badly injured during his time with the militia. Getting shot in the throat and arm for several weeks, he was unable to speak. Orwell and his wife Eileen were indicted on treason charges in Spain. Fortunately, the charges were brought after the couple had left the country. Other health problems plagued the talented writer not long after his return to England. For years, Orwell had periods of sickness and he was officially diagnosed with tuberculosis in 1938. He spent several months at the Preston Hall Sanatorium trying to recover, but he would continue to battle with tuberculosis for the rest of his life. At the time he was initially diagnosed, there was no effective treatment for the disease. To support himself, Orwell took on various writing assignments. He wrote numerous essays and reviews over the years, developing a reputation for producing well-crafted literary criticism. In 1941, Orwell landed a job with BBC as a producer. He developed new commentary and shows for audience in the eastern part of the British Empire. Orwell drew such literary greats as T.S. Eliot and E.M. Forster to appear on his programs. With World War II raging on, Orwell found himself acting as a propagandist. To advance the country's national interest, he loathed this part of his job, describing the company atmosphere in his diary as something halfway between a girls' school and a lunatic asylum. All we are doing at present is useless or slightly worse than useless. Orwell resigned in 1943 saying, I was wasting my own time and the public money on doing work that produces no result. I believe that in the present political situation, the broadcasting of British propaganda to India is an almost hopeless task. Around this time, Orwell became the literary editor for socialist newspaper. George Orwell's most famous book, sometimes called The Conscience of a Generation. Orwell is best known for two novels, Animal Farm and 1984. Both books, published towards the end of the Orwell life, have been turned into films and enjoyed tremendous popularity over the years. Animal Farm was an anti-Soviet satire in a pastoral setting featuring two pigs as its main protagonists. These pigs were said to represent Joseph Stalin and Leon Trotsky. The novel brought Orwell great acclaim and financial rewards. 1984, in later edition, was published in the late stages of his battle with tuberculosis and soon before his death. This bleak vision of the world, divided into three oppressive nations, stirred up controversy among reviewers who found this fiction future too despairing in the novel. Orwell gave readers a glimpse into what would happen if the government controlled every detail of a person's life down to their own private thought. Politics and the English Language, published in April 1946 in the British literary magazine Horizon. This essay is considered one of Orwell's most important works on style. Orwell believed that ugly and inaccurate English enabled oppressive ideology and that vague or meaningless language was meant to hide the truth. He argued that language should not naturally evolve over time but should be an instrument which we shape for our own purpose. To write well is to be able to think clearly, engage in political discourse. He wrote as he relied against cliches, dying metaphors and pretentious or meaningless language. Shooting an Elephant. This essay, published in the literary magazine New Writing in 1936, discusses Orwell's time as a police officer in Burma, now known as Myanmar, which was still a British colony at the time. Orwell hated his job and thought imperialism was an evil thing as a representative of imperialism. He was disliked by local. One day, although he did not think it necessary, he killed a working elephant in front of crowd of local just to avoid looking a fool. The essay was later the title piece in a collection of Orwell essays published in 1915, which included My Country, Right or Left, How the Poor Die, and Such Were the Joys. Orwell married Eileen in June 1936, and Eileen supported and assisted Orwell in his career. The couple remained together until her death in 1945. According to several reports, they had an open marriage and Orwell had a number of dalliances. In 1944, the couple adopted a son whom they named Richard Blair. After one of Orwell's ancestors, their son was largely raised by Orwell's sister Avril after Eileen's death. Near the end of his life, Orwell proposed to editor Sonia Bromwell. He married her in October 1949, only a short time before his death. Orwell died of tuberculosis in a London hospital on January 21, 1950. Although he was just 46 years old at the time of his death, his ideas and opinions have lived on through his work.